Howdy, everybody. Welcome to High Desert Paranormal, and I'm glad you guys could be here. Got some good, exciting news for us, for you guys that are following the group. Um, we will be doing our first investigation next Saturday from 11 to 1 here locally in Winnemucca, Nevada, at one of our local businesses here in town. Um, the the big deal about this is going to be our first investigation in town as a group. This group has been here in town since I've lived here, and I've never done investigations outside of making a group. Um, it's just been, a couple of friends getting together or whatever, or we go to a place and yada yada. But this is a first time for the group getting together and us going out and doing a local business or someplace in town officially and actually having everybody check it out and look at it. So for hold on. For the first group our first business that we're going to be doing, it's going to be here in town, Bridge Street. And if you don't know, Bridge Street has a lot of history to it. Really exciting history. And like I said, I love history. So when you put these things together with paranormal investigating, it kind of makes it all the worthwhile, because not only do you have the history behind all these investigations that we're going to be coming up with, especially this one that's coming up Saturday, you got to remember that Bridge Street was the main street here in town with all the local businesses going all the way back to the founding of this town in the mid 1800s. So the first place we are going to be going to is Be Still Body Piercings with Melissa, and I am going to be doing a interview with her coming up on the next episode clip that we're going to be doing before we do our live investigation. So I'd like to welcome her to the group, High Desert Paranormal, and I'd like to tell her we appreciate her for allowing us to come to her business and check it out and see what we can see. The heck was that? And see what we can see and be able to get some good evidence for her. Apparently there's been some things that have been going on there, or some interesting things that have happened, and we're going to hear it from her directly, so that way everybody can hear it from the source. Yeah, I just wanted to give everybody an update for that. My wife and I are very excited to be doing this, and we can't wait. It's going to be a good night, and we will be taking 2 people along with us. So we're not going to have it get real crowded. Like I said, we're going to have 2 people that are going to be joining our investigation, and when we find out who's going to be coming with us, I will let you know. And as I said before, thank you guys for joining the group. We're going to try and get some good investigations in, and I know this one is not going to disappoint. I have done investigations in buildings on Bridge Street before, and we got some really, really good communication sessions and some activity under some of the businesses, because there are underground prohibition tunnels that link certain parts of Bridge Street. There are also tunnels underneath Winnemucca itself that link to these parts of the building from the old railroad days, when the Chinese immigrants were here working on the railroad in town, and they were not allowed to come above ground because back then racial tensions were high. The discrimination was ridiculous, and they would not allow Asians or any other people of ethnic races to come into the businesses, so they or walk around in the streets or walk around in the neighborhood to do their businesses. They lived out of sight, out of mind underneath Winnemucca, and it's one of Winnemucca's darker historical facts. But as I said before, it wasn't just here, it was everywhere where the stuff was happening. But since this town, its founding, we have a rich history in paranormal activity due to the fact of a lot of deaths and a lot of tragic incidences and a lot of things that have happened in town. So this place is very rich in paranormal activity, and it's a paranormal investigator's best dream, I guess you could say, because the activity is so ramped up here, and we have one of the largest rivers running right through our town. And if you don't know, water is a conductor for these energies. So anytime you get things like that and the high amounts of quartz mining or just quartz in the town itself, you're asking for a really big, good amp up of energies, and not only just energies, but paranormal energies as well. And when you go to some of these places, you can feel the presence of whatever is there. And as I said before, with all the activity that has happened in the past and historical events, we are not going to be disappointed. So I just want to say thank you again to Melissa for allowing us to do this. I appreciate you so much. My wife and I are excited. This is going to be great. Be Still Body Piercings out on Bridge Street. We're going to be doing our investigation next Saturday, and I will be coming to you live with an interview with Melissa and get her accounting of what she's experienced while she's been there in the building, and some of the things that have happened. So I just want to say thank you again. We will be getting in touch with you guys sometime between now and Saturday for an update and also that interview with Melissa. So thank you guys. Thank you, Melissa, for allowing us to do this. And I will see you guys next week for the investigation. So thank you guys all for joining us. And thank you guys all for being here. This is going to be amazing. And it will not disappoint. So appreciate everybody. If you have not liked or subscribed to the podcast, please do so. Share it with your friends and family. Share it with the people that you know. And if you are interested in doing something like this, and you are very serious about doing something like this, get in contact with the group. Let us know if this is something that you would like to work on with us, or if you have any other businesses or any other people that have homes or live somewhere that they think is got some going ons that they might want to have us check out. We would be more than willing to do so. And if you need help with any issues that you might be having in your home, we can also get in contact with some people that might be able to help us come in and get your house situated and taken care of in the proper way. Because I know a lot of times we see these paranormal groups going into these places and stirring up activity and being like, oh man, we got this much, we're going in there to help these people, but how are you helping them? How are you helping these businesses? How are you helping these people get rid of these negative energies that are in these businesses, these homes, these locations? When you're going in, you're doing these investigations and you're ramping and you're stirring things up. Not to name names, but a lot of these famous people, they're just doing it for ratings. They're just doing it to go into these places and get, this stuff and get their acknowledgments for doing things, and then they just leave these poor people to deal with these entities or these going-ons in their home, and not really helping people or helping these businesses get rid of these negative entities or activities that are going on. So if there are things that people are dealing with in town, if you have this stuff going on in your home, you have this stuff going on in businesses or a location that you know of, and it's really causing havoc, or it's something that you know is not right, and you would like to have us help you get rid of this stuff, let us know. Get in contact with me here. Message me here on Facebook if you need to, and then we can talk directly and we can try and figure something out, do an investigation, bring somebody in and get this negativeness out of the home. I've done this before here in town with my my late sister-in-law and her ex. They lived in a place that was actually that was haunted. They were seeing a bunch of stuff. He was seeing it, his roommate was seeing it. And it was actually next to the old church here in town that they converted into a home. He lived adjacent to that building in one of the homes, was getting a lot of activity there, and was telling me about it and was like, hey, I'd like to get this stuff taken care of. So I went in and I brought some communication devices, and we got information that it was an older gentleman who had lived in the area, had killed himself, or had died in the area. And I, pretty much was saying, you need to understand that you're not here anymore, that this is not your home, this is not your property. You don't, you need to leave these people alone because you're causing problems and they don't want you here. And you need to understand that you're not living anymore. And whatever happened in your life, just trying to go through and ask him what happened, just trying to ask him and just let him know that, you know, you can't be here anymore. You need to move on and be at rest, be at peace. And I never got a chance to ask him if he had a message for any of the family members. So after we did this session, we closed it out. He never had any issues with anything there again. Fast forward about 7 years from then, my sister-in-law moves into that old church, and I told her, I said, this older place that's right here next to us, isn't that where we had the incident? She was like, yeah, that's where we had it. Come to find out, in between the church, there's a building. This young man supposedly, I guess, had committed suicide in that building. And it was the man 7 years prior that we had talked to about that had actually committed the suicide. So put two and two together, we found out who it was and what had happened and why he was still haunting that area. And like I said, strange coincidences, things happen, but we did get that information, and it was crazy because it coincided with what we had found out in our investigation with the actual event that did take place. So as I said, if you want to do something, or somebody that has issues that needs to be taken care of, or would like us to come in and investigate these places, let me know. Reach out to myself here on the podcast. I will get in touch with you, give you my number, and we will, try and do what we can do. But like I said, if it's something that's really bothering a family or they're having issues, we can help by doing the initial investigation, but we will also do what we can to help you get rid of whatever is there in the place or on the grounds or in the or in the facility or business or your home or the area. So like I said, just go ahead, give us a call, let us know, or message me here on the platform, and we'll try and take care of it. But like I said, thank you guys all. Namaskaram. Many blessings and much health to your families, much health to yourselves, and have a blessed weekend, have a blessed week, and I will see you guys again between now and Saturday. We're going to get that interview, and we'll get it going. So thank you guys again for everything that you have done, and supporting us and liking the page. Heck. And but anyway, thank you guys again so much. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. This investigation is going to be really good, and I can't wait to do it. And I do have contact with other paranormal groups that are here around in the area, and we are going to be doing so much more. This is so exciting. I'm really hyped up for this because, like I said, this area has so much history in it. It's going to be so great to see what we capture and what we can get. And not only will we be doing stuff here in town, we will be going to different ghost towns here in the area because they are everywhere. And as I said, if you have not traveled or you have not been to this area, you do not know what you are missing. This place is great. We have Virginia City. We have Goldfield. We have Tonopah. That is pretty far from here, but it has great stuff that we can do. There are so many other little towns around Winnemucca, between Winnemucca, and we have Idaho that's not that far. We have Utah. We have Wyoming. We have all these different places. We've got Oregon. We've got, Canada to the north of us, going through Oregon. I would really love. We're going to be doing so much stuff. This is great. It's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to bring you guys along and have you guys join us. So stay tuned for all these great investigations that we're going to be doing. and for the one that is going to be coming up here on Saturday. So I appreciate you guys all so much. Thank you, and we will see you guys then.